NCAA champion indoors and out, 46.1. If he could get close to that, he'll pick up a huge haul of points.
And although I had the Olympic champion and the world record holder lining up next to me, that's a really crazy thing to say. I'm a young kid, 22 years old, lining up against literally the best athletes ever.
The youngster storms around the bend and runs the second fastest time ever in decathlon history.
Can you stay engaged and focused through the pain? And that's the test of the mind. What gets me through that is something I created myself called the 11th event.
Running, jumping, throwing, winning.
That's Ayden Owens, the top decathlete in the country. Boy, is he built like a decathlete. Look at him fly.
The NCAA indoor champion in the heptathlon. Now he shows up outdoors, comes away with the NCAA championship. He is the best all-around athlete in the NCAA ranks.
Ayden became just the fourth athlete in the NCAA Division I history to sweep the combined event titles in the NCAA championships, and claimed a share of the decathlon collegiate record, scoring 8,528 points. Owens-Delerme won the decathlon, finishing in a tie with Eaton.
You had an incredible season. You capped it off well in Eugene, Oregon. Yeah, I've just been impressed with the way that you're kind of approaching the event, and really liking that 400 meters too.
And in 2022, Ayden was one of 2 men in the country to be nominated for the Bowerman Award.
Yeah, the Bowerman is the Heisman Trophy of track and field. It's, the premier track and field athlete of any given year in the NCAA.
You look at the competitors, the finalists tonight, look at their accolades. These resumes are outstanding. They're not just the best in the NCAA. Many of them are the best in the world.
Just to be a finalist is like a dream come true to me, because coming into college, I saw Jerry Lawson, who's also a University of Arkansas athlete, who won it in 2016.
I always think people say you rise to the level of your work, but some of us rise to the level of our expectations. You can tell the type of young man he is, the type of work ethic he has, and just the attention to detail he brings to the track every day.
You've worn college a couple of different jerseys, but sure. This summer you wore the vest of Puerto Rico.
I did.
Zumba.
Y en esta ocasión tenemos a un invitado muy especial, a nuestro decatleta Ayden Owens, que recién viene de una extraordinaria participación.
Gracias por tenerme. I grew up Puerto Rican. My mother's Puerto Rican, my grandparents are Puerto Rican. I spent many summers on the island, interacting with my extended family who still lives there, and really grew up in the culture, always embraced it. And my family told me, you're going to represent them one day. And so that inspired me to really, put on the flag and yeah, to just be able to give back to the community. Not only that, but to go and interact with everyone in our track and field community who deserves to, have a role model, mentor that, growing up I wish that I had. To me, that's the most rewarding aspect. As a kid, I've always wanted to compete with the best in the world. When I got there, it didn't feel anything out of the ordinary. I felt like I belonged. I felt like that I was the best in the field. After day one, being number one in the world and leading the decathlon at the World Championships, there was a lot of weight on my shoulders going into day 2, and I tried to manage it the best that I could.
Unable to maintain the top spot and going down in the ranks a bit in day 2, Ayden headed into the final event at Worlds in 4th place.
A quote that I like is, "The star closes the show." And I felt, through this whole 10-event campaign that I had put in front of the world, I wanted to close the show regardless of whether I was on top. I wanted to close it on top in that event. And so I went out there with the mindset of, I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna try to win by a lot.
He's gonna come away with an event win, his second event win of these championships.
And ultimately, I finished in 4th, which I'm super grateful for at my first international competition as an adult. I can't complain.
Ayden Owens-Delerme with a national record as well. That's why he's going absolutely wild.
And ultimately, I live by 4 whys, that I look at every day, that I believe, that I always repeat in my head, and it starts with faith, family, future, and legacy. From schooling to this work that I do in the community, to businesses that I've started or want to start. I want to do it for my faith, I want to do it for my family, and I want to do it to create a better future and legacy for my posterity and my community.